Because remember, also learning to maneuver and also learning to move, everything happens for you. Nothing happens to you. Life is hard. It may be an anchor, but it shouldn't hold you with shackles. Things will blossom the way that it's supposed to. It's the year of the horse. Trust yourself. I know you guys are probably saying like, girl, you are now sharing how you're staying disciplined in 2026 in March? It don't even matter because I know some of you guys are starting your yearly goals now when you should have started in January. But welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today we're going to be talking about how your girl is staying disciplined in 2026, things that I've been doing, things that I'm going to continuously do, and maybe some new things that I might incorporate this year that I haven't been incorporating in the last couple of years. So if you want to stay disciplined in 2026, this is the perfect video for you. We are on a mission this year, okay? This is the year of the horse, all right? We have no time to stop. We gotta keep going, okay? We have to achieve our goals this year, okay? After hearing that this year is the year of the horse and last year was the year of the snake, it just makes sense. It literally just makes sense as to why everybody was crashing out in 2025, including me, all right? But 2026 is going to be a great year. I do not know what is in store for this year. I am hoping and I am praying that everything that I want to accomplish this year happens on a personal level, relational level, academic level. I am really hoping because listen, God, I've been good. I've been a great person. So I'm just waiting for my blessings. But anyways, stay tuned and let's hop right into this video. So I'm actually really excited for this video because obviously I've never done a video like this before, but I'm actually really excited to share, the top 4 things that I think is going to be beneficial to myself and to you and how you can incorporate, these top 4 things into your 2026 daily routine or maybe just throughout the year. Hopefully these things you can either relate to, hopefully these things you are already doing, or maybe one of these things you're like, yeah, maybe I should do that this year because last year I didn't really do that. And, if I really want to stick to my goals this year, maybe this will help emphasize that. So you already know I got my iPad here with my notes. One thing, your girl's always going to have her iPad. One thing about me, me and notes go together real bad. Let me tell you something, okay? Grocery list, gym routine, y'all. When I'm feeling a type of way, when I hear a quote that I like, my notes is filled with passwords, like just so much random stuff. It's crazy, but yo, my iPad is on 1%. Hold on. Okay, so of course the first way that I am staying disciplined in 2026 is of course staying physically active. Now, as you guys know, I do go to the gym 4 times a week and I also do swimming over the weekends. As of right now, I go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I swim on Saturdays. And honestly and truly, I am a 5 a.m. gym girl. All right. Now you don't gotta be a 5 a.m. gym girl, okay? You can be a 7 a.m., a 8 a.m., a 5 p.m. I just feel like as long as you're keeping your body physically active, maybe that's Pilates, solid core, yoga, running in the park, whatever it is, I just feel like some sort of physical activity will help you clear your mental and emotional space. At least for me, I feel like the gym really helps me with that. And also the reason why I love to go to the gym at 5 a.m. is because 1, it's not crowded. It only takes a certain type of disciplined person to go to the gym at 5 a.m. That's number 1. Not everybody can go to the gym at 5 a.m. Well, I wake up at 5, so technically I get there at 6, but you get what I'm saying. Number 2, I love going to the gym at 5 a.m. because I personally feel that when I start my day with the gym, I know that number 1, that is out of the way. And number 2, it just makes my day flow better. Like I'm able to get things done. When I don't go to the gym in the morning time, I don't know, it's just not aligned, okay? It's not on my usual schedule. So going to the gym early in the morning for me definitely works. I know for some people, they cannot do that because obviously they have work at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. or 5 a.m. just doesn't fit in their schedule. So as long as you're going to the gym or as long as you're doing Pilates or yoga, for me, I love Pilates. I really enjoy Pilates. As long as you are getting some sort of physical activity in, then you're good. Now, of course, going to the gym does require some sort of diet. And for me, a lot of people are like 80-20, some are 50-50. I think I'm just that type of girl where I'm 90-10. So with that, I am 90% home cooked meals, veggies, fruits, yogurt, like all those type of things. And then I have my 10% where, yeah, I like to snack on chips. Yeah, I like to eat cookies and I love me some Chick-fil-A. Like, Nobody can take that away from me, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's just the diet that works for me. I know that because I am so physically active, I know that my 10% eating habits is not really going to have a big effect on my physical appearance or my internal health, because 90% of my diet is already great and I'm not eating bad on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. Like when I eat cookies, it's probably once a month because I'm not a type of person who really likes sweets. Or, if I do like to snack on chips, I'm not eating the whole bag, or if I'm eating Chick-fil-A, I'm not eating it 3 times a week. It's just really about having that healthy balance where you're able to eat what you want, but still have a healthy diet. So yeah. And for me, I just personally, I love home cooked meals. One, I love to cook and I love to try new things. I love to challenge myself and make new meals. I do not like to limit myself, and I don't want to stick to one thing because I want to be able to cook whatever I feel to eat. Or sometimes I don't want to go out to eat, or sometimes I don't want to eat fast food. Sometimes I really just want a nice home cooked meal. So that's just me. Okay, number 2 is definitely hygiene. So with hygiene, it's very broad. When people think about hygiene, they think about, just body care and taking care of yourself and your maintenance. But for me, when it comes to my hygiene, it starts with getting a physical every year. So going to the doctor and making sure that my blood work is good, making sure that everything internally is flowing the way that it's supposed to flow, making sure that I don't have any high cholesterol, making sure that I am not on the cusp of diabetes, making sure that I am doing the correct things so I don't have to have any, health factors in the future. Just really making sure that I'm good, because a lot of the times people feel physically good, but internally there is something going wrong and they don't know that. That's why it's always good to go to the doctor every year to make sure that you are good. And I'm glad that that's something that my mom has always taught us to do and has always made us do. So I'm really grateful for that. So that's number 1, getting a physical every year and chatting up with my doctor. I love my doctor because he does not provide medication anytime I say like, oh, this hurts or whatever. No, he's more on a natural remedy, like, oh, you'll be okay. It's probably just stress and da da da. But he's not like a nonchalant doctor. He knows what he's talking about. And, a lot of times these companies or these doctors, they want to put you on medication for monetary reasons. And sometimes, it's not really the case. Sometimes some veggies can work. Sometimes some natural juices can work. You know what I mean? We don't always need to be put on medication to fix an issue. So going to the doctor, also going to the dentist every 3 months. I do go to the dentist every 3 months, okay? My insurance does cover that, which is great. So I am definitely taking advantage of going to the dentist every 3 months. One thing about me is I feel that when people look at me, they look at 2 things. They're looking at your skin and they're looking at your teeth. At least that's what I look at too. I'm looking at your skin and I'm looking at your teeth. And I like to take care of my teeth. I don't want any plaque. I don't want anything yellow on my teeth. I want to make sure my teeth are white and nice. So when I smile, people tell me I have good teeth, because I do. So going to the dentist, making sure that my teeth stay clean. I actually started to incorporate a tongue scraper into my routine, and phenomenal. One thing I've learned is that the toothbrush, when you brush your tongue with your toothbrush, it actually spreads bacteria. And I find that when I use my tongue scraper, it provides the freshest breath throughout the whole day. So I'm literally sticking with my tongue scraper for the rest of my life, like literally. And I do actually want to get a water flosser, but y'all, there's too many things in that bathroom. Right now I can hold off on the water flosser. But also going to the GYN, that is very important for young ladies and women to make sure everything is going good down there. Going to the GYN is very important because they do check your uterus. They do make sure that you don't have any, cysts on your uterus and that everything is okay down there. So that is also very important to me. And again, as we know with hygiene, maintenance is a very big thing. No matter if you're a woman or a man, you should be taking care of yourself. You should be taking showers. You should have a body routine. You should have a facial routine. For me as a young lady, I like to keep my nails done. I like to make sure my hands are soft. When the weather gets nicer, my toes will be done, making sure body is clean, body is tea. All right, when it comes to my maintenance, I just like to make sure everything is good. My eyebrows are done. Also with my maintenance and my hygiene, taking care of my hair is also very important because I do that myself. So yeah. Now, the third thing is actually very important to me. And I think it is probably the number one thing that has truly changed who I am as an individual. And that's definitely learning to become better internally. So really looking inward and going to therapy. And I don't think I've ever shared this on my vlogs before, but I have been in therapy for over a year now. And I'm so proud of myself, you know, and I do pride myself in the change that has occurred. You know, when I first began therapy, I was a slow burner. In the beginning of therapy, I was still repeating habits and I used to beat myself up about it, but it's so crazy how we can reflect on those moments and not beat ourselves up about it and learn to give ourselves some more grace, because, you know, sometimes when we are so used to acting a certain type of way, it's so hard to break that pattern. And for me, I used to beat myself up about still repeating patterns, but I've learned to give myself grace because it didn't take me 2 months to change. And maybe to other people it may look that way, but people have to realize that I was in therapy for a year and it took me a year to be a different person, when sometimes it takes people years to get to where they are. So the fact that I am here now and I'm still learning to be better, and I'm such a good person at heart, internally and externally, it just feels great. Like, therapy has changed the game for me. And you know, therapy may not be your form of being better internally so that way it can show externally, but you know, journaling could be that for you. I know some people like to go outside and be in touch with nature, right? That may work for you. Or praying to God, like, or talking to the universe, whatever that is for you. I definitely think that becoming better internally will give you more confidence. It will give you a better outlook on life, and it would also help you get into the mindset that things don't happen to you, they happen for you. And that is something that I am slowly learning, because you know, sometimes we go through moments where it's like, man, like, why is this happening to me? Me, out of all people that is trying to be better, trying to be a good person, is really demonstrating these things, not for somebody to clap their hand, but literally because that's what you want for yourself. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you guys ever heard this saying or ever heard anybody say this. It's almost like a healthy person getting cancer. And it's like, how could they get cancer? And they have the healthiest diet, but somebody who drinks soda every day doesn't get cancer. It's like one of those things where it's like, you're such a good person and you're learning to be better, but like bad things keep happening to you. And somebody who obviously doesn't really care about their internal health, right? They have good health, you know what I mean? So it's almost like one of those things where changing your perspective on life and really understanding that everything happens for a reason. And I hope I'm not going off on a tangent, but like, everything happens for a reason, and sometimes may not understand it now, but we will understand it later, or we may not see it now, but we'll see it later. With all that being said, I definitely think that therapy has increased my confidence so much, and you know, I am so different. And you know, the way I maneuver, the way I talk, the way I carry myself. I've always carried myself well, but the way I just present myself now, despite difficulties and, you know, despite circumstances, it's amazing. And for me, I will always clap for somebody who wants to grow and be better, like who has a growth mindset and who's always willing to change things that need to be changed. Those are the type of people where I feel like they have the most loyalty, not only to themselves, but to other people, you know? I hope that makes sense. Like, I heard this one quote, and I don't know if this may resonate with you, but I was watching this video. Like, sometimes I binge watch YouTube, and I came across this guy, like, he would interview billionaires, and I thought it was so cool. Like, and one of the many things that I heard a lady said is, a lot of people hit rock bottom and they build a bed and stay down there, and that's the wrong thing to do. You have to spring back up. And I think that that message is for you, whoever it is, because you may hit rock bottom, right? And again, everybody has a story to tell, but sometimes it's how you maneuver out of that story, how you maneuver out of those circumstances and become better despite what has happened to you, what is happening to you, or what may happen, because life is full of ups and downs, so things will happen, but not staying down there and learning to move forward is the best thing to do in life. Therapy has definitely broadened my horizon. My therapist has definitely opened my eyes. I'm more so showing who I am today to myself so I can stand independently by myself. We'll just leave it there. And your girl needs some water because your girl has been chatting. So last but not least is definitely being intentional with my time. Listen, everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. It's about what are you doing with your 24 hours, right? Like, are you constantly doom scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and watching other people? Right now in the season for me, I am definitely being more intentional with my time. When I tell you guys my screen time on my phone is like down, it only says that last week I was on my phone for like 2 hours and some change a day. I'm like, wow, that is amazing. I obviously do have more screen time on my iPad and my laptop because I've been utilizing those two technical devices lately. But at least right now, because it is the Lent season, I gave up TikTok for Lent. So right now I am reading Atomic Habits. And so, I just have been minimizing my doom scrolling time. I have been reading more. I am currently reading Atomic Habits. And when I am done reading that book, we will speak about it. Right now I'm dedicating my time to academics as well as spending a lot of time with my family and friends. I've been hanging out a lot with my friends and, I am hanging out with my family, my cousins, and it just feels really great to, dedicate your time to people who are there for you and who will always be there for you, and who love you unconditionally no matter what. I feel like that is just the best feeling to have people, who will ride or die for you. You know what I mean? Family is everything, and friends do become family as well. So that's very important to me right now in the season, as well as prioritizing myself and my independence. So I definitely want to hang out with myself more. I've been doing that, going to the gym. It feels very good and very freeing. I do want to take myself out on some solo dates. Hopefully that is something that you want to do as well. Solo dating, I definitely want to do that more when the weather becomes nicer. A little froyo date, a little sushi date, it's great to have company and it's great to have a partner to do those things with. But listen, child, I think in this season, God is teaching me independence, especially being a younger sibling. Like, I'm so used to tagging along or, going somewhere with somebody. And I think in this season, I'm really learning my independence and to stand still with who I am and to stand still by myself before I can do that again with somebody. Just solo dating. If you guys have any recommendations of places that I should go in New York City, then let me know. Also, traveling a lot. I have a lot of planned trips this year and I'm so excited. I have so many planned trips this year. Oh my God, this year's gonna be so great, especially vacation wise. So yeah, being intentional with that, really just not really focusing on anybody else's life but my own, right? Because if we constantly look at somebody else's life and wish that, we were living their life or wish that we were on vacation because they take vacation every month, it's like, it comes to a point where you don't know what that person's bad day looks like. Sometimes we idolize these people, but you don't know what they go home to. You don't know what their mental health is like. You don't know what they deal with on a day-to-day basis. So really being in tune with my own life and my own habits and the people who mean the most to me. And life is so short. Memories need to be made. That's just what it is. Also, just still trusting in God. If you are a person who believes in God, or if you are a person who believes in the universe, or if you don't believe in none of that and you just believe that there is some sort of higher power, then still having some sort of higher power to look up to and to kind of like depend on, especially in seasons that may be difficult for you or circumstances that you thought wouldn't have had happened, or maybe you're going through a season where things are very discouraging, or you don't feel like how you normally feel. I definitely think looking up to some sort of higher power will give you an opportunity to build that confidence, will give you an opportunity to become a better person and to keep striving for better. I know, trust me, life is hard. Life is hard. People go through things all the time. One of the many things that stuck with me, again, and I mentioned this earlier, was my pastor said everybody has a story, but it's how you move forward from that story, right? Are you going to stay stuck in that story, or are you going to let that story teach you so you could become better and not let that story keep you captivated and anchored? You know what I mean? Like, it may be an anchor, but it shouldn't hold you with shackles, if that makes sense, So just really trusting the journey and trusting this progress and trusting this year and trusting God and just still remaining hopeful. And we just never know how things may turn out in life. And I do hope things turn out the way that I would like it to. I am hoping that at some point, I actually just had this thought. So I don't know, this might be for somebody, but I'm hoping that at some point that I either will, I wouldn't say control, I will either I will take a step forward to something, or I will let it be revealed to me. Also learning to maneuver and also learning to move when the time is right. There will never be a perfect time and nobody is ever perfect, but it's very important to trust yourself. At the end of the day, I am still going to remain true to who I am. And at the end of the day, I will continuously wear my heart on my sleeve. And I know that can definitely be a pro and a con. Yeah, y'all. These are the 4 main ways that I am staying disciplined in 2026. It's the year of the horse. I don't want to hear no excuse. No, I don't want to hear no excuses, okay? We are on grind mode. I have been doing so well with staying consistent with the gym and everything else. All right, 2026, we rolling the dice. We playing ball. We in this thing, all right? We in this together. We are in this together. If you feel like nobody got your back, girl, I got your back. If you feel like nobody is proud of you, I'm proud of you, okay? You got this. 2026 is going to be an amazing year. Stay positive, continuously remain hopeful, and continuously be a great individual, because let me tell you, the blessings are coming. You may not see it now, but the blessings are coming. Have to focus on yourself now just to have a better outcome in the future. Like, we just never know. We just never know. And I know sometimes everything is always easier said than done. Trust me. I know. But girl, boy, whoever what, you got this, okay? You got this. 2026 is going to be an amazing year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.